Welcome to SunnySpeaks, here again with another review for you, and you. And today, I am here to talk about Hard Eyes, directed by Josh Ruben and starring Olivia Holt, Mason Gooding, Jordana Brewster, and many more. On Valentine's Day, a masked killer named the Hard Eyes Killer goes around stalking and murdering unsuspecting couples. I don't know how you feel about this movie if you have seen it. I actually saw that it has a solid rating on Rotten Tomatoes. First off, Rotten Tomatoes is corrupt, but I'm gonna cut to the chase. I thought this was one of the dumbest movies I've ever seen in my entire life, and this was a hour and 30 or 40 minutes of me drowning. I really disliked this movie on so many levels. I understand that it doesn't take itself so seriously. I get that the concept is a romance movie trapped inside of a horror movie, and these two people are falling in love while this killer is going around chasing them. A lot of it is played up for laughs or whatever, but just because you're trying to be funny does not mean the stupidity is okay. I don't know why sometimes movies think that just because you are not taking yourself so seriously, that doing dumb things is okay. I think a example like Scream, like the newer Scream, especially the last one, was a really good movie that set up rules that didn't take itself so seriously, but you could follow them, and at least it took its reality seriously. And you appreciate the scary moments on top of you appreciating the funny moments. Both of them can coexist, but in this movie, it chooses to just do things that make no sense. There's so many times where I'm like, what is happening? How is this person walking around when they just got shot in the stomach and now they're completely beating up this person? It makes no sense. Why is this person not killing this person? What is the point in that? Why? There were so many times watching this movie where I was just like, why? What is happening? Why is this happening? It was so frustrating. And I guess also because this movie has the logic of a Lifetime movie, that's part of, I guess, the charm of it. But I just felt like it had so little to offer, and yet you're just there. From the jump, though, I started to notice, like, okay, like the jokes in this are a little odd. I understood again what they were going for. I really did get it. And maybe because I went into this movie thinking that maybe it would be okay, and maybe I should have just had no expectations, but having just okay expectations, it fell so far from that. The horror is weak as hell. The jump scares are they are so lame. They are so lame. The jump scares are everywhere. And yet it never works one time. It's so annoying. I will say, I'll give it this. It has some interesting kills at times, but overall the kills are really lame, and you also can see it coming from a mile away, and they take forever to get to certain moments. There's so many weird shots where they just stay on something and it just stays there for like a good 30-40 seconds for no real reason, just cuz. Strange choices. Olivia Holt in this movie I've never thought anything of her acting. I've only seen her in Kicking It in one episode of Cloak and Dagger, and I'm just gonna choose to believe that she was just stuck in a bad movie saying horrible lines. I feel like she's trying something in this. I will say that. I think that she's giving this effort, but there are choices that are made for her character that are so ridiculous. And I have never been more annoyed by a metal straw ever in my life, but this character might have ruined those for me forever. Mason Gooding in this movie is her love interest, Jay Simmons. And I'm not gonna say her name. I don't remember it, and I don't really care. I legitimately tried to remember. I don't remember her name. Mason Gooding is okay in this movie. I think that he is just as good as her because I think that they are both trapped in a weird movie. I've only seen him in the last Scream movie, and I thought he was actually pretty good in that. So I thought that it was kind of weird the way that his character was at times, but I do think that he was probably the best character out of everybody in this movie. This movie also really tries to do like the who's the killer thing, and it is so dumb. I had my guesses this very early on. I actually had a guess from the trailer, and I was wrong. I'll be honest. I was completely wrong. That's not why I think it was stupid. I promise you, I'm not saying it was stupid because I was wrong about my guess on who the killer was. The way that they go about that is just it's like, okay, cool, and then it drags on forever and ever and ever. I wish that they maybe would have split these movies up, but I feel like either one of these movies would have been bad. And again, I understand that this movie does not take itself seriously. From the jump, it doesn't take itself seriously ever, and I didn't expect it to. My problem is that just because you don't take yourself seriously does not mean you can do bullshit and that be okay. Just because you don't take yourself seriously does not mean that you can't have rules that make sense for the audience to follow. I was sitting next to an old couple and they were talking the entire time, and not like but no, they were like talking like how I'm talking right now at moments. Like, oh, he's not in there. Oh, he's over there. Oh, like they were doing that at the exact same time. I was getting pissed off at them. That was frustrating me. But then I realized, like, this shit is ass. It's horrible. It's horrible. And at a certain point, I just started laughing. And honestly, I think I heard other people laughing too. I saw people leaving early. The movie is bad. It is really, really bad. And again, I think my problem is that I went into it with any sort of expectations. If I went into this just with nothing, I think I would have felt nothing. But I went into this thinking that it might be kind of good, or not good. It might be kind of okay. And that it was so far from that it legitimately felt like I was drowning. I haven't felt that in a long time. It is worse than Red 1, but I don't think it's like way worse than Red 1, but it is worse than Red 1. If you like this movie, I completely appreciate your opinion. I would love to hear it in the comments down below. Perspective is key always. If I love a movie, if I hate a movie, I'd love to hear your thoughts. And obviously, I might be in the minority on this, and that is completely fine. But for me, this movie is a over ass. I might hate this movie, actually. I might really have a little bit of hatred for it. Maybe that's a little OD, actually. I feel like hatred is very strong. I have no reason to, and honestly, do not ever let art affect you on that level, and don't let a movie like this affect you on that level. For me personally though, this movie sucked. It was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my entire life, and I will never get that time back. This has been my review of Hard Eyes. Again, let me know what you think about the movie in the comments down below. If you have seen it, if you haven't seen it, let me know if this review makes you want to see the movie or not. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I'll be back again. Peace.